So this movie has Captain America voicing Buzz Lightyear. This should be good. Hey movie buffs, I'm Jack Benner and welcome to my review of the new Pixar film and Toy Story spinoff, Lightyear. This is a different Buzz Lightyear voiced by Chris Evans instead of Tim Allen. Buzz is trying to do a mission involving hyperspace fuel until he ends up marooned on a planet with a new crew trying to stop a new threat, Zurg. Now either Woody or Buzz would be neck and neck for my favorite Toy Story character. I've always loved the character of Buzz Lightyear and Tim Allen as always does an excellent job voicing the character. And Toy Story is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I adore the first three Toy Story movies, all of them are masterpieces to me. Especially the third film, my personal favorite Toy Story movie. And 3 years later, I still think Toy Story 4 is a great and emotionally satisfying sequel. When I heard this spin-off of Buzz Lightyear was happening and Chris Evans was going to voice him, I was curious to see how it was going to go. Do we really need a Buzz Lightyear spin-off movie? And when the trailers came out, they looked promising. I was liking the vibe of them, the sci-fi space adventure. I was even more curious about the details of this movie, and that this particular Buzz Lightyear movie is the movie that made Andy want a Buzz Lightyear action figure, as some opening text said at the beginning of this movie. So I saw Lightyear a week after its opening release, and all I was hoping for was Buzz Lightyear is not only a good spin-off, but another good Pixar movie. So is Lightyear both of those things? Sadly, while I don't see it as being one of Pixar's memorable movies, I enjoyed Lightyear. Let's start with the pros. To start off, with any Pixar movie, you just can't deny it, the animation here is exceptional. This continues to prove, even in a weaker Pixar movie, that they have never missed a beat when it comes to their animation and making it look so good. The locations, backgrounds, space, the designs, everything about the animation in this movie is just absolutely top-notch here. And I am continuing to love Pixar doing photorealistic animation like Toy Story 4, Soul, and now this. And I'm even loving some of the other animation that they have been doing with Luca and Turning Red. I thought both of those movies were uniquely animated. And I could understand why people were hesitant about Chris Evans voicing Buzz Lightyear. And I did want to give him a chance since I think Chris Evans is a really good actor. Not only as Captain America, and I do love him as Cap, but in other movies I think he's great in, like Snowpiercer and Knives Out, both movies I recommend. And for this movie, I thought Evans made a great Buzz. It did feel like he was trying to do his own version of Buzz, and maintaining his pride, self-confidence, and vulnerability of the character. And I never felt like he was trying to top or copy Tim Allen. And I felt like he has a really strong arc with Hawthorne in this movie that I felt like was the emotional core of the film. And one of my favorite characters in this movie was Izzy Hawthorne, who I not only thought was an entertaining character in this movie, but also has a strong arc as well. And Hawthorne and Buzz's dynamic was definitely one of my favorite parts of the film. And a lot of reviews have been saying this, and now having seen the movie, I agree. The standout character in this movie is definitely Socks. Socks is this robot companion cat for Buzz and the comic relief of the film. And I thought he was absolutely hilarious and one of the funniest Pixar characters in years. And I love the way he delivered his lines in a deadpan way and without coming off as over the top or annoying. The first act of Buzz was great. I was really enjoying where the film was going, and especially with my favorite scene in the film with this montage. And I was really liking where that montage was going, and it still maintains that great Pixar emotion, especially ending with an emotional punch to the gut, I would say akin to the opening montage in Up. Not only do I feel like there's a good emotional core in this film, but I also like that there was good lessons on teamwork and working together and helping others as a team. More on the supporting characters later, but I did enjoy their dynamic and learning to work together as a team and Buzz helping them out. There were some really enjoyable action scenes in this movie that are very well done and exciting. Sadly, I do have some flaws with this movie. I will get to those right now. My first issue with Lightyear would be the supporting characters. I wouldn't say that they're bad, but they're kind of forgettable and underdeveloped in my opinion. I did like this one character, Darty, who I thought had some funny moments in this movie, but I felt like I wanted a little more from her. I didn't feel like she was developed enough. And another character would be Taika Waititi as Mo. While I thought Socks was really funny in this movie, I didn't feel the same way with Mo in my opinion. Now don't get me wrong, I love Taika Waititi. I love him as an actor, writer, and director. I love Jojo Rabbit. I really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok, and I can't wait for Thor Love and Thunder. But to me, it did feel like Taika Waititi was doing his usual comedic shtick, where he plays this bumbling team member and he causes a lot of accidents and problems. And to me, it did get pretty tiring after a while, where I was like, come on. And my big issue with Lightyear would be the third act and mostly a twist villain reveal in the film involving Zurg, and I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but I was really underwhelmed by that twist and that kind of had me confused and it didn't really work for me. Now I'm kind of 50-50 with Disney movies doing twist villain reveals. On one hand, it could work in a film like Coco. Not only did I find that villain memorable and menacing, but I felt like that twist worked within the story. Where here, not really. And at that point in the third act with the villain, my enjoyment of Lightyear started to go down a bit. And also, there were a few fan service lines. There were a few lines you'll be like, oh, Buzz said that in the first two Toy Story movies, where I feel like, not sure if they really needed to put that in there. In conclusion, while I didn't feel like this movie justifies its existence, and there are some supporting characters that are either forgettable or underdeveloped and an underwhelming villain reveal in the climax, I did enjoy Lightyear and I do think it's got its entertaining and emotional moments, and I thought Chris Evans made for a very good Buzz. In some ways, this is similar to how I feel about Monsters University, where I don't feel like it justifies its existence, but for what it was, I enjoyed it. And where this would be in my Pixar ranking, I would probably put it on par with the first Cars. That's where it would be currently. And now to grade it, I am going to give Lightyear 3.5 stars out of 5, a B. If you haven't seen this movie yet and have been curious about it, I do think it is worth a chance. It is still playing in theaters, or if you want to wait until this movie's on Disney Plus, that is fine. And I was surprised here that this movie has been underperforming at the box office. It could be that this movie came out a week after Jurassic World Dominion, but I think it was mostly due to the confusing marketing. People were not sure of what kind of Buzz Lightyear movie this really was, and people just couldn't really get on board with it despite it had a big name attached to it like Chris Evans. And regardless if this movie is getting lukewarm reviews, I do have a feeling it will get nominated for Best Animated Film, although I don't see it winning. And I do see a competition, maybe Turning Red could be a possible winner. And also later in the year, Strange World and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio movie that's going to be on Netflix is coming out later this year. I'm excited to see both movies and curious to see how this Best Animated Film competition goes at the Oscars next year. While I don't see this to be a Pixar movie I'm going to rewatch a lot in the future, I found it to be enjoyable. So I would like to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on Lightyear? Do you agree? Disagree with my review? Let me know below. Or if you haven't seen it yet, are you looking forward to the film or not? Let me know below. Did you enjoy hearing my thoughts on this movie? If yes, please hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell too for my next upload. It really means a lot. And until the next video, I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.